There's a wonderful saying that goes, for the friendship of two, the patience of one is necessary. For the friendship between two, the patience of at least one is necessary. Today we live in a world that is a very fast world. We live fast food, fast banking, fast living, and today we are also quickly dying. It's a world where, because of technology, because of the emphasis on customer service, we have been trained and we are almost preconditioned to expect services that are almost immediately at our beck and call. And today, when we talk about patience, it is almost important to understand that which we seek is sometimes very difficult to achieve. As a matter of fact, there's a saying that goes, for patience to be developed, it requires patience. For patience to be developed, it requires patience. And more than that, it says, those who require building patience in themselves seldom find a way to do that. Those who are short on patience and require building that quality within themselves, those individuals find it more difficult to train and condition themselves into building the quality of patience. My confession here this morning is that I am one of those people who is victim to not having patience. That is one of the qualities that I have accepted in myself that I need to have and build and develop more within my life. I want you to ask yourself this question. Are you a patient person? Do you exercise patience when dealing with your friends, your relatives and your co-workers, your schoolmates? Do you exercise patience? You see, there's a wonderful quotation that goes, taken from the book Winning with People by Professor John C. Maxwell. He says, if you would like to go through this journey of life alone, you can do so very quickly. But going through this journey with other people with you can slow you down. Listen to this. This idea says, if you were to journey through life alone, you may do it quickly. But if you were to do it with other people with you, they will slow you down. And the question is, really, in analyzing our own lives, are we pleased with the pace in which we are living our life? Are we leaving others behind because we are so fixed on achieving quickly, and in losing and not having patience with other people in our life, are we disconnected in keeping them or having them keep pace with us? Do we have such an affinity with getting things done quickly that we have become disconnected from other people or loved ones in our life? Can you imagine, for those of us who travel, many of you do that now today, going on a plane is like taking a taxi from here to Chaguanas. And if you are traveling by yourself from here to, let's say, India, it's a long journey. Many would go through London. So from Port of Spain to London, it's probably about 7.5, 8 hour flight. And if you're connecting to Mumbai or New Delhi, you typically have between 4 to 6 hours layover in London, in Heathrow, as the case may be. But sometimes, for those of us who are very ambitious, as was the last time I went to India, I had less than 2 hour connect in London. And I literally was running from my aircraft as I disembarked through immigration and hustling through to another terminal in Heathrow to catch my connecting. And the good news was I missed my flight because the connection was too small, too short. If, assuming I was traveling with a bigger group, with my family or my friends. It was the last time when 19 of us went to India. Having a connection of 2 hours or 3 hours, say, is not enough. Because you have to move at the pace of the slowest. You have to move at the pace of the slowest. Life is like this analogy of traveling. Because by yourself, you stand a very good chance of catching the connecting flight in Heathrow to India. But if you were rushing as I would have done, I would have missed the entire experience of going through Heathrow Airport. But when I have company, we would have slowed down, we would have visited the duty-free shops, we would have sat down and played some cards in the middle of Heathrow Airport, we would have had some of the bake and so on that everybody prepared, the nannies and the aunties who took along with them. We stopped, we paused, and we enjoyed Heathrow Airport. And the point I'm making is, the journey from here to India may have been quick on my part if I caught my connecting flight, but I would have lost the experience of enjoying the connection, the experience of Heathrow. In our life, are we so rushed by not having patience with other people in our life that we forget to slow down and enjoy some of the experiences that life has presented for us? Are we so caught in living a life that, you know, on Saturday, I was coming back from work and I got off the Endeavour flyover. And recently, all of you would know that they put up signs on the exit ramp of the highway that says, left lane must turn left. Meaning, when you get off, you can't go on the left lane, or you should not go on the left lane and turn right. Before the signs went up, I could tell you that I was one that would quickly run up the left lane and make the right. And sometimes people would tell me all sorts of things. But when they put up the sign that says no left turn, or rather left lane must turn left, I realized now it was expected, it was the law that says, if you want to go right, line up like everybody else and wait to make a right turn. And on Saturday, I got off the Endeavour flyover, and I kid you not, it took me 35 minutes. I was maybe 10 or 12 cars in the line from the traffic light, and it took me 35 minutes before I could make the right. Why? Because there were a lot of other people who had no patience, or probably had an emergency, and everybody these days have emergencies, or everybody is in a rush, and the left lane was going up and jamming that intersection. So for every 5 cars on the left lane that made the right, at most 2 cars on the people who were following and adhering to the law, only 1 or 2 cars were allowed to make the right. And I had to wait at least 5 or 6 light changes to make a right. The crazy thing about it was, someone was following me. And the person called and said, Krish, why don't you just go up, take your van and go and block the left lane and allow everybody to go on the right lane? And we will teach them a lesson. If you want to break the law, block the lane and let the right lane go through. And you know what? That may have worked for all of the 5 minutes that I may have blocked the lane. I didn't do it. But that may have worked for all of 5 minutes that I would have blocked the left lane. But it would not have changed the system. And if I had gone ahead and do what was asked of me, then that process of helping the system, where patience and following the laws of the land should be the menu, the option for the day, the meal preference of the day should be follow the laws of the land. Today nobody is patient, and in doing so we exercise anything that any women fancy in breaking the laws, red lights, speed limit, wrong driving on the wrong lanes, you name it, and we have an excursion of petty crime. That is crime, petty crime in this country.